The inclusive, by the people, for the people Democratic Party is trying to fix elections again by screwing somebody who doesn't align directly with their political beliefs. The Democratic Party is doing something that I understand from a political standpoint, but also doesn't square with their inclusivity mindset. Everyone is welcome, unless you don't toe the exact line of the DNC, in which case we will come after you. But this is actually really interesting, politically speaking, especially when it comes to the presidential race. Jill Stein is set to be the Green Party presidential nominee. Now, the Green Party has zero shot of winning any elections whatsoever, let alone the presidential election. However, Jill Stein and the Green Party will be on some important states. Specifically, a Democrat employee or an employee of the DNC filed a complaint in the state of Wisconsin trying to get Jill Stein off of the ballot for this upcoming November election, saying something about along the lines of like, well, the Green Party can't issue electoral voters, and the actual legality of it, I'm not quite clear on, and that's the whole point of it. It's going to work its way through the courts, I guess, or at least the system that decides whether or not somebody can be on the ballot or not. But here's the reason why they're doing it, politically speaking. In 2016, Jill Stein got, I believe, 31,000 votes in the state of Wisconsin. If you don't know this about the Green Party, they lean even further to the left, especially on environmental issues, than the Democratic Party, which is hard to believe, but it's true. And so most people, common knowledge would lead you to believe that the Green Party takes away votes from the Democratic Party. Jill Stein got 31,000 votes in Wisconsin in 2016. Donald Trump won Wisconsin by 23,000 votes in 2016. In other words, Jill Stein got more votes in the 2016 election than Donald Trump won by. If, theoretically, 100% of the votes that went to Jill Stein instead went to Hillary Clinton, well, then Donald Trump doesn't win Wisconsin. And that's not even including all of the other swing states that he won by a very, very small margin. Now, of course, there are caveats and variables, like will those 31,000 people show up if Jill Stein isn't on the ballot? Do they care at all? Will they automatically go to Hillary? Nobody actually knows, but the conventional wisdom would say that, yeah, the Green Party candidate being on the ballot in swing states hurts the Democrat Party. So there is incentive for the Democratic Party to get the Green Party candidate off of those ballots. And again, the main kind of irony here is the fact that the Democrat Party comes off as, or tries to represent themselves as, well, we welcome everybody, which of course is hilariously untrue. But in this particular instance, politically, I understand why they're doing it, even though I totally hate the fact that they can get away with their inclusion and everyone matters and for the people, by the people, even though they rig freaking everything. Another interesting fun fact, Joe Biden in 2020 won Wisconsin. You know who wasn't on the ballot? The Green Party candidate. So, by Wisconsin rules, in 2022, for a statewide elected office, the Green Party candidate got 1% of the overall statewide vote. What does that mean? According to Wisconsin law, the party itself, because it got at least 1% of the overall vote in Wisconsin in the most recent election in 2022, they are eligible to be on the ballot in 2024 as a presidential contender. Now, like I said, Democrats don't want that because Joe Biden won Wisconsin with no Green Party candidate on the ballot. The fact that this is not a bigger story, I think tells you everything you need to know about Democrat voters for the most part. I'm fine with the political wrangling. I get it. It makes sense why they would want to do that. But then you can't play yourselves off as the welcoming and including Democratic Party that wants everyone's voice at the table because diversity is our strength. It's not. Unity is our strength, but that's beside the point. The point is, if you're going to engage in this sort of political wrangling, which I understand as a political consultant-minded type person, I get it. I understand why they're doing it. It makes sense. And politically speaking, if I were running the DNC, they should do it. The fact that I don't, the problem that I have is them being able to get away with the messaging that is the 180-degree inverse of what they are actually doing on the ground. I wish voters, Democrat voters specifically, could see through the blatant falsehood that is their primary quote-unquote vibe. Their vibe doesn't vibe with what they actually do in real life, and I just wish voters could see that. And, outside of that, in this particular instance, because I have a vested interest or a personal interest or a societal interest in who wins the presidency, Jill Stein, 2024. Let's get on the ballot in Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsinites should vote for her, but if she gets on the ballot, hopefully that helps my team.